Hey, happy Wednesday. So you guys should be doing 5.3 slope intercept day 2. So make sure that you look at the top of your paper and it says day 2. It's ID 27 to make sure that you got the right paper. Okay. There will probably be 2 videos, maybe 1, we'll see. So we did this exact sheet yesterday. Well, not the exact, okay, they were all different problems. But so today is just spending an extra day. If you did not do the sheet from yesterday or Monday, you need to do those first, okay? You're gonna have a hard time doing this one when you haven't done the other ones, okay? So make sure that you get that done first because today I'm gonna go pretty quick because we literally done this yesterday, okay? So find the slope of each line and the y-intercept. And so we need to, our slope, we use what letter? Hopefully you know by now it's Wednesday, we use the letter M. Okay, so we're just gonna say M equals MB equals. Okay, what's B stand for? Yeah, our y-intercept, okay? So our M is gonna be -3 and our B is -4. Okay, looking at 3, we got M equals, B equals, okay? What is my M? What is my B? Okay, well, the M always goes with the X piece. So you know that this is the M because it has the X right next to it, just like this one. Okay, so our M is going to be -4. Well, if there's no B there, it's 0. Okay, because you can really put +0, -0 there. It's really 0. Okay, looking at 5, we got M equals, B equals. Okay, what is my M? 1/2. What's my B? -5. Okay, 7, I got M equals, B equals. Okay, what's my M? 1/5. What's my B? 4. Good. Okay, take a second and do 9. Maybe pause it if you want to. You should get -3/5 for your M and -2 for your B. Okay, write the slope-intercept form. Okay, so the slope-intercept form is same thing. We got y equals mx plus b. That's our slope-intercept form. And so really you're doing the same thing here. Instead of like writing these pieces, you're given these pieces and you need to write it like this. So we're going to have y equals, what's my m? Okay, well my m is always the slope and the y-intercept is the b. Okay, so my m is going to be 5/4x plus, and my b is going to be -2. Okay, 13, I got y equals -1/3 x plus 4. I'm going to have y equals 1/3 x plus 2. 17, I got y equals -3/4x plus 1. And then I got 19, y equals 0x plus -1. Okay, I put a lot of problems on here today because obviously we just did the front sheet in a matter of, my time says 4 minutes, okay? So the front sheet does not take long, but I did give you more to practice on the back because if I had to guess, that's where most of you guys are struggling. Okay, so write the slope-intercept form. So if you did not do yesterday's, then you're not going to be able to do today's because I'm not going over all the notes again. Okay, so slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, now when you think about yesterday, what did we find first? Did we find the m first or did we find the b first? Okay, we always find the b first. Okay, now the b is where it crosses the y line. Okay, and I just kind of drew a blank because my m is going to go here and my b is going to go here. Okay, so I find my b first. What is your b? Okay, my b is going to be where it crosses the y line, and so that's at 5. So we could kind of fill in 5 there. And we're going to find the next closest point. Okay, and looking at this, the next closest point is going to be here. Okay, And if you disagree with that, look very, very closely. Like some of you guys might want to choose here, but you see how it's like almost through the crosshairs, but not really. Okay, it's got to be exactly through. And so now we can say, well, how much do we rise and how much do we run? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go up 5 and we run 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we just need to think about, is that a negative or positive line? Okay, and in this case, it's positive. So my y-intercept is going to be 5. My slope is 5 over 4. Okay, I've written it in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, 23. What's my y-intercept? Okay, my y-intercept is at -2. So you can fill that in. And you need to find the next closest point. Okay, and you have 2 options. So you can either pick this point or you can pick this point. But it's got to be the next closest one. You cannot pick this one all the way up here. Okay, that one's no bueno. It's too far away. It's got to be the next closest point so that our slope is in the reduced fraction form. Okay, so how much do we rise? And no matter whether you go from here to here or here to here, you're going to rise and run the same. So we go up 2 and we run 1. Okay, is that a positive or negative line? Okay, in this case, it's positive. Okay, 25, I got y equals blank x plus blank. Okay, so we turn on, put the 2 there. Okay, so we can say 2, and we find the next closest point. And that is gonna be here is your next closest point. Okay, there is no other ones. So if you're thinking about picking another one, there isn't one. Okay, so how much do you rise? 1, 2, 3, 4. How much do you run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, is that a positive or negative line? It's a negative, so you need to add in a negative. It doesn't matter whether you do it with the 5, the 4, or just out front, okay, but put it somewhere on there. You should have a -4 over 5 slope with a 2 intercept. Okay, 27, we got y equals blank x plus blank. What do we find first, the m or the b? Okay, we find the b first. So we go to the y line and we mark the b. What is the next closest point? Okay, your next closest point is going to be right here. Okay, so how much do we rise? How much do we run? And it should be 1 over 1. Is that a positive or negative line? Okay, well, it's kind of hard to tell, but you pick the highest arrow, and you can see that this arrow is really going to keep going. That's what arrows are for. They keep going on, and so you can see that that should be a negative line. So you're going to put negative. And I forgot to put the y-intercept over here. My bad. Okay, 29. Find your y-intercept first. Okay, it's at -3, so we can fill that in. And we find the next closest point. Now I know it. Okay, some of you guys are gonna mark this because it's on the X line. That does not count, okay? Make sure that it should be this point right here. Okay, and then how much do you rise? How much do you run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next section is about sketching the graph of the line. So it's kind of what we just did, but in opposite direction, okay? So the same way that we find the y-intercept, we plot the y-intercept first. So it should start at -2, and our slope is 3. Okay, but how do you plot a 3? Okay, it's really 3 over 1. Okay, so you're going to rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and we go over 1. Okay, well, which way do you go over 1? You can either go over 1 this way, or you can go over 1 this way. And so you need to think, are you supposed to be drawing a positive line or a negative line? Okay, and in this case, we're supposed to be drawing a positive line, so it's going to be this one. Okay, so make sure you erase the other one or something, but that's what your line should look like. Okay, now you could go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1 again and make another point, or you could go down 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and over 1 and make another point and make your line like super looking great. Okay, but you have to plot 2 points. Okay, one being the slope, the next closest point, and the y-intercept. Okay. And I'm going to have to pause this and start another video, so keep pushing play and start your other video.